举起双臂，对那里面的千百个轮回轮回，他们从此与我分别，存在于万物中的万万千，生死是无需数千。
Fantastic film, and the cinematography, the editing, the music.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It is just a beautifully, masterfully rendered piece. Top to bottom, the music itself, I loved. I loved the vocals. I loved the lyrics even. Just really sort of poetic and kind of abstract, but you can definitely get some meaning from it if you're really paying attention. And the visuals were just stunning. The live action stuff was, really good, but the CG was just top shelf quality rendered stuff. They did a fantastic job technically and artistically.
I really liked this. I thought the music was super catchy and something that stuck in my head a little bit, but in a good way. And I really liked how upbeat and I guess upbeat's the best word, the music was, when the imagery that we were seeing was a little bit darker. And I loved the contrast when you finally got further on in the movie, where in the beginning it was there weren't any vibrant colors. It was very toned down, and a lot more darker colors. And then as the crabs are going through, it's it really opens up, and it because you have these vibrant colors, and it's just such a great contrast between the two. I really liked how they did that, and how they animated the crabs themselves was really, really well done. I liked that you could see the personality and the kind of way that they were communicating almost, and everything that was you could plainly see across the crabs.
The song itself was very soothing, very therapeutic. I liked the close-up of the crabs at the beginning by the pot, and then their slow-mo escape from the pot. Against all odds, these crustaceans make their way to try and find their way back to the pier.
I thought this song was really lush and captured the tone of the piece really well. There were so many playful and inventive angles for how our little protagonists interacted with the human world. There's really interesting elements. I loved the colors and that psychedelic quality once they entered the oil spill looking material. It really elevated the piece to a whole other world. And I loved these unlikely lead characters. Crabs, they're not really known as being the cutest of creatures, but not only did I find them very endearing, I felt an emotional gravity towards them, which I think was excellently done in the piece. And ultimately, I really cared about their journey in this meditation kind of on life and evolution.
I really like this perspective of getting to see the city streets from a very different perspective, and just how being in their shoes makes you feel so much compassion for their very long, very arduous journey. Of course, seeing all of the garbage and the pollution that they're having to deal with face on while they're definitely out of their element. And then even when they get in the water and there's still trash and everything, it just really puts things into perspective for you. I was definitely rooting for them on their journey. When he fell into the sewer gate, I gasped. I was very committed to their success. And it's kind of an interesting circle of life journey where, for us as the viewers watching the crabs go through this journey, you're rooting for them, yes, we want to get to the water, get to a safe space. But if you're the cook, you would be mourning the loss of them because that's a loss of revenue for you. So it's just an interesting perspective shift. And I thought it was really cool getting to see the world from a new, smaller pair of eyes.
About a migration And that's even mentioned in the lyrics of the song that accompanies the journey of these two crabs. But that really is what we see it to be. And that migration of these two animals does not need to be limited just to their experience. I think it speaks towards the human experience just as much, if not even more. What we see them endure, the obstacles, the loss, the reunions, the struggle, is something we can all find some form of kinship and relatability in. Again, to mention, the song does a beautiful job of helping tie the narrative threads of the journey together, considering that, of course, this is a journey that is sans dialogue. The imagery is distinct and impactful throughout, and allows us to really feel like we are on this journey alongside these creatures. And that kind of emotional investment is exactly what a filmmaker should want for any piece of work. So it is great that they accomplished it so well in this piece.
This one's really interesting. It's a very, obviously a very visually striking short. It's a really interesting story. It really opens up the world, and I love how that's what the filmmaker did, was really explore the world of this crab, and it was, and beyond. It was so beautiful. And the music going on throughout was also very cohesive. It felt like it was just a very well put together and well animated short film, and I feel like all of the filmmakers involved should be very proud of themselves, and I hope they continue to make things together.